About Time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you again to every single one of y'all who has been supporting the channel, donating to the channel. And listen, look, without y'all, there's no me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, you know, who supports the channel, rock with the channel, helping the channel grow. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Encourage others to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's About Time Boxing. I want to let all my children know I love y'all. I love y'all. And rest in peace to my dad. As I said in my last video, I recently lost my father, you know what I mean? And that's my guy, man. I love my dad. I miss him. So rest in peace, Pop. All right, so we're going to jump straight to it. Ryan Garcia and Garcia-Davis. Now, this fight right here could potentially already be the biggest fight of 2023. This fight already has the potential to be the biggest fight of 2023. And some of y'all may differ. Some of y'all may say, nah, so, you know. And I'm not saying that Caleb Plant and David Benavidez is not a big fight. That's a big fight too. It is a big fight. But in my opinion, it's not bigger than Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Now, we know Ryan Garcia fought Luke Campbell. After he fought Luke Campbell, how many people want to see me knock out, you know, Tank? And, you know, and then he went on this whole thing for a while where he was doing a lot of pump faking. Some people say, oh, he was just trying to build it up, this, that, and the third. Like, nah, he really didn't want that smoke back then. You know, and then, you know, he, you know, was doing whatever, you know, he was going through a lot of different things or whatever. Some people say it was mental health issues and things like that. And a while ago, I even did a video about that, you know, and I'm like, dude, you know, if you plan on a whole mental health thing just so you can, you know, gain supporters and get support from people, that's wrong. Because you got people out here that's really dealing with real mental health issues. And you using it, you know, as a plot, you know, to get sympathy and support from people. So that's why I said if that's what he was doing, like, he needed to cut it out. But he'd peek his head out, then he'd drop off. You wouldn't hear nothing from him. And then he'd keep talking about how he wanted to fight Tank. But, okay, that was then. Now is now. This is now. So the fight is now, April 22nd. T-Mobile Arena. Yes, this is a pay-per-view extravaganza. This is a big fight. A really big fight. And it's great for the sport of boxing. You got two young fighters in their prime. In their prime. Prime is not peak. Peak is they getting ready, you know what I mean? But you know, these are two, in my opinion. If you disagree, that's cool. Feel free to drop the comments in the comment section below. But you have two fighters that's in their prime, okay, who wanted this fight. Now, Garcia-Davis' resume is bigger. He's fought the better opposition. And they talk about, you know, of course we know he came off, Garcia-Davis just came off of a knockout victory over the other Garcia. I think his name Hector. I think his name Hector Garcia. I think. If that's not it, just drop the name in the comment section below. But I think it was Hector Garcia. And then we know that Ryan Garcia fought Javier Fortuna. But him stopping Javier Fortuna, he was supposed to do that. I don't know why everybody was acting like it was some great thing that he did. The only thing that fight with Javier Fortuna gave Ryan Garcia was a name. A former champion gave him a name on his resume. That's it. Javier Fortuna's way past. He's been done. He's been done for a while. He almost kind of like Gamboa. And if everybody gonna give him credit for beating Fortuna, then why was people trying to dog Tank out for beating Yuriorkis Gamboa? Don't dog him out for that and then give Ryan credit for that, because guess what? Had that been Gamboa that Garcia fought in his last fight, everybody would have been praising him for it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, Gervonta Davis don't get the credit that he deserves. He don't. He don't. When Loma fought Jose Pedraza, he was on his way to greatness. He was great. When Tank beat Jose Pedraza, well, you know, we still got to see if he can be in there with the big guys, if he can, you know, win the big fights and all that. No matter who he beat, they still found some type of way to stack the deck against Gervonta Davis. It's a fact. But when Ryan Garcia, when he beat Luke Campbell, when Luke Campbell dropped him and he got up, oh man, he got up and he just praised him for it. Praised him for it. When Linares dropped Lomachenko, they praised him for getting up and finishing the fight. Linares hurt Devin Haney. Oh, you see, we don't know if Devin can be in there with the big guys. Like, Linares hurt him. It's like they pick and choose. You can't, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunate as it is, you know, it's usually like with the black fighters. It is. Black fighters don't get the credit, the other ones do. Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney is just as sturdy as Ryan Garcia and as Lomachenko. And this is why, you know, this is a mega fight. This is a mega fight. Because all big fights are not mega fights, are not, you know, extravaganzas. Like, you know, I'm looking forward to the fight with Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, but it's not a mega fight. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a pay-per-view extravaganza. It's not the big showdown. Even if Jermell Charlo would have fought Tim Tszyu, that's not a mega fight. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's just nothing. There's no bells ringing about that. But all the bells and whistles, all the bells are ringing, all the whistles is going off for this fight, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. It's happening. Tank 28-0, 26 knockouts. Ryan Garcia 23-0, 19 knockouts. Ryan got some power. And he got speed. But in order for him to beat Tank, he can't try to go shot for shot. He can't. And his defense is going to have to be almost impeccable on the night of that fight. I don't know what y'all saying. Oh, you talking about what do you need to do now? Tank defense is going to have to be intact too. Because like they say, speed kills. But you got to be able to execute that. See, it's one thing to throw all them fast punches when you ain't got nobody in front of you. Or when you hitting the bag. Or you doing the mitt work. You can move off fast and do all that stuff like that. If you ever boxed, you know what I mean. All that stuff look good until you got an actual body in front of you, a mind, a brain across from you, the opposition that's thinking, that's trying to outthink you, and you're trying to outthink them. It's hard to implement all that stuff. So this fight is going to be a chess match. Oh, this is chess, not checkers for sure. This fight is going to be a chess match. And as I stated, this fight already has the potential to be the biggest fight of 2023 already. You got to wait to see what other fights are going to be made to see if they're going to be able to top this. And seeing the beautiful thing about this fight too, and to be honest, I give Devin Haney the credit for this. Because I've mentioned this many a times before after Devin Haney said it. All that A-side, B-side stuff. Okay, so we know people going to try to, you know, play all that stuff. You know, like when Floyd fought Oscar, he said Oscar was the A-side, I was the B-side. You know what I mean? So in this fight, they say Tank is the A-side, Ryan Garcia is the B-side. But realistically, this fight got made because of the two fighters. No sanctioning bodies, no mandatories, no none of that. No none of that. They fight on two separate networks. They got two different promoters. Remember, the fight was big like that when Mike Tyson fought Lennox Lewis. That was a mega fight because you had HBO and Showtime, two separate ring announcers and all that. But this fight is going to be on the DAZN pay-per-view and it's going to be on Showtime pay-per-view. So which means this fight is going to be huge. This is a mega fight because Eddie Hearn has the DAZN. He's from the UK. You know all the supporters from the UK, everybody, because the DAZN is involved. So you got people from that side, everybody from Steven Espinoza and the Showtime side, people here in the States, people in other states. This fight is going to be huge. And I said this fight will possibly do 200,000 or 300,000 pay-per-views, but it's possible that this fight could possibly do the type of numbers that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder did. They fight did like over 600,000 pay-per-view buys. This fight has the potential to do that now that because there's two separate networks involved. But that's the thing. See, the fighters, listen. Shout out to Ryan Garcia and GERVANTA. I gotta give them their props for that. And I know everybody else is too, but I gotta give them their props for that. Because, as I stated, like Devin Haney said, if two fighters really want to fight, you don't hide behind the promoters. And this is how you know. That's why I said before in other videos, when fighters don't want to fight each other, they do one of two things. Either they make all they make all these astronomical terms or ask for or an outrageous, outlandish amounts of money, or things that they know is not going to be met, or they hop behind a promoter or the sanctioning bodies and say, oh, well, no, what they saying I can't do it. No, if two fighters really want to fight, that's why all that stuff with Bud and Spence, come on, man. If they really wanted to fight each other, they could have made it happen. Because Tank and Ryan Garcia, they went around the promoters like, listen, all right, well, we going to make it happen. And as far as we know, like two of the first people to do that was Floyd and Pacquiao. They went around all that. Because for a while, that's why the fight didn't get made between Floyd and Pacquiao for so long. Because it was always, everybody got to have their hand in the pot. And when something is a success, you don't see people not lining up to take the credit for it when it's a success. But if something go bad, everybody want to back away from it. But the only two people that everybody should be thanking for this fight happening is Tank and Ryan Garcia. They made this fight happen because this is what they wanted. And Gervonta-Davis has stated, before he got away from Mayweather Promotions, when he was asking for his termination papers and all that, what did he say? He wanted to fight all them guys. He said it was Floyd and them who wasn't allowing him to fight. He wanted to fight Lomachenko. He wanted to fight Devin. He wanted to fight Ryan. He wanted to fight all these people because he don't want to be one of them people still in the sport. You know what I mean? Like after all these, you old and you really should be able to enjoy your retirement, but something in your head can't get you away from the sport. Remember when Floyd walked away and then he came back and they did that interview with Roger Mayweather with his uncle? What did Roger say? I knew my nephew was going to come back because he loved the limelight. He can't stay away from it. He loved it. He got to have the attention. And when Tank did an interview, he was like, look, man, I want to fight these big names, all these people who everybody was saying I was scared of, and then I want to fight all those big names, and then I'm done. Fight them and be done with it. That's it. So they didn't hide behind no sanctioning bodies, no promoters, or none of that. They made the fight happen. Kudos to them. You gotta give them the credit for that. And if anybody else trying to take credit for it, because trust me, there's a lot of people who didn't want this fight to happen. Make no mistake about it. There's people in these sanctioning bodies and these promotions that didn't want this fight to happen. If Floyd still had control of Tank's career, it's possible he would have, pulled every string he could like he did in the past. When Tank was and I don't know, like some of y'all can try to deny it or not, but I remember Tank being extremely vocal about wanting to fight Lomachenko and other fighters and stuff like that. And every time they would put the camera in Floyd's face, all those fights would come further down the line. This, that, and this, that. But Tank felt like he was ready to fight those guys now. And now, with Ryan Garcia, now it's put up or shut up. It's put up or shut up. And listen, I'm giving y'all my prediction. I got Tank winning the fight. I got him stopping Ryan Garcia midway or late in the fight. Cause see, even though Ryan threw all them fast punches and all that type of stuff, look at what happened when he fought Luke Campbell. Ryan is his defense. He has flaws in his defense. And he drops his hands occasionally. When he try to get his shots off and stuff, he drops his, after he throws stuff, sometimes he drop his hands and he pull back with his chin up. You can't do that against GERVANTA Davis. You see what happened to Santa Cruz. It looked like Leo broke his leg when Tank knocked him out. And now, I will say this about both fighters, in my opinion. If you agree, fine. If you don't, drop the comments. I don't think that either fighter can afford to stand in front of the other one and try to trade. Although I do think GERVANTA Davis has the advantage in the power, in the power department. Tank can hurt him with one punch. I'm not saying that Ryan Garcia can't. I'm not saying he can't hurt Tank with one punch. But if he makes that mistake and think that he got Tank against the ropes and he start trying to fire off, see, Tank is good. Again, this is why he don't get... GERVANTA Davis is good with being patient. He's good with being patient. And when he's patient, he can see. He can see at a split second. You leave yourself open. You see how fast he clipped Rolly. Rolly thought he had him on the ropes trying to get off on him. One quick joint, boom, stepped right around him. Rolly went right to the ropes. And didn't even know what hit him for real, for real. And if Ryan think, I'm going to back him up into the ropes. Because, even though, Ryan, he throw a lot of punches and, and the way his style is, he kind of gives that appearance like he's more of a boxer. Like he can really box. But he's really, he going to step to you. He going to step to you and try to, back you against the ropes and all that. Tank is going to have to keep this fight in the middle of the ring. And he can't allow his back. But Tank can fight off the ropes, though. So even if he's on the ropes, he can fight on the ropes. You've seen him many a times. He in the ropes, defense tight. He see what's going on. He welcome that stuff. Because he watching, he see everything. And if Ryan come over that joint trying to open up and get reset, and that split second, that opening come, boom. But Tank can't land a rope and take too much punishment either. So some of y'all may have this a 50-50 fight, but I got it a 70-30, 60-40 in Tank's favor. But I do feel like both of these fighters are being underpaid. Period. They both being underpaid. And because they were responsible for making this fight happen, they should, I think what they say, Ryan Garcia was getting, $300,000 or $350,000, and Tank is getting, $1.5 million or something like that? Come on now. They made this fight happen. So all of the money that's about, and I know it's a 60-40 split with the pay-per-view revenue, so Ryan could still get upwards of, $1 million and some change, and Tank, could, get, more to, maybe 2.5, maybe 3 or something like that. But I feel like, honestly, the purses should have been, you know what I mean? Should have been, $3 million, $5 million, or $6 million, $3 million easy. They should have already been getting, they guaranteed purse should be in the millions already. Because like I said before, if this was Oscar, if this was, De La Hoya, Mayweather, or Mayweather and Canelo, come on, man. Floyd got what, 30 million plus when he fought Canelo or something like that? 30, 40 million when he fought Ricky Hatton, 30, 35 million when he fought Marquez, 15 plus million when he fought Oscar. Come on. You mean to tell me that these guys, they shouldn't get that kind of money? Yeah, they should. Especially if BLK can afford to pay Bud $10 million for fighting David Avaneson. And you got two major networks here, two major promoters. And this is the money these guys are getting paid. Oh, well, but the back end on the pay-per-view, they going to make plenty of money from that. So what? They deserve that money too, both of them. They deserve it. This joint should have, like I said, been, Ryan should be getting 3, Tank should be getting 6. Easy. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you disagree, like what I'm saying, don't like what I'm saying. They both should be getting that kind of money. Or 8 and 4, something like that. Ryan should be getting 4, Tank should be getting 8 or something. They should be getting that kind of money. Now for this fight. And if this fight turned out to be the biggest fight of 2023, don't say I didn't tell y'all so. And remember what I said. Every pay-per-view fight is not a mega fight. It's not an extravaganza. This fight, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, is a pay-per-view extravaganza. Must-see TV, as Floyd would call it. Yeah. You don't want to miss it? This is the fight you don't want to miss. This is the fight people are going to be talking about. This is the fight people are going to be talking about. Because it's going to be fireworks. And I don't see this fight going 12 rounds. And however it ends, it's going to be brutal, in my opinion. And I got Tank, like I said, I got Tank winning. But this is boxing. Anything can happen. Drop the comments in the comment section below and let me know what y'all think. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, April 22nd, pay-per-view extravaganza, mega fight, T-Mobile Arena.